Folks, live on the Hump Day special from the Hot Chick here in the iconic Old Town Scottsdale, kicking off Wasted Management Week, Super Bowl week over here at the best spot in Scottsdale. Bob, it's good to be back. Hot Chick. I will tell you, it looks a little bit different at this hour of the day when we're normally here, fella.
Dude, do you remember when we were both here? I don't know how close we were yet, but I would regularly take my shirt off. I don't know how I had the confidence to act like that. I actually do. It's a little bit of throwing stuff up your nose. There's a little bit of booze. But I'll walk around here with no shirt on. It's absolutely mortifying that I used to behave like that. I'm just so grown and mature now. But do you remember that? Like, I think you were sending a picture around to everybody.
I took the picture. You did a jersey swap with a random guy at the back booth over here. And yeah, you were all goofed up on Colombian. I think you were on some Happy Dads, some different things going your way. But I do remember that. I mean, we weren't doing anything like this in terms of shows or hanging out like we do now. But I do remember you wanted that tarp swap and you had like your hat sideways. You were doing that thing where you put your hair in front of your hat.
Yeah,
in
it's
your
not
eyes.
It's not an act, by the way. I had a girl come up to me in Florida and she was like, "Can you just drop the act?" It's like, no, I'm actually just fucking retarded.
Right.
Like, it's not an act. That's how I behave. But yeah, especially here at the Hot Chick, great management, great bar, by the way. A lot of people ask us our recommendations. Come right here. There's a reason why we're here. Don't take your shirt off like me. You might not get away with that. But yeah, dude, that was a minute ago.
Yeah, that was a
couple of years ago, maybe.
Yeah, I think that was like probably 3 months ago. That was a great tarp swap, though, by the way.
Yeah, I don't remember who it was with.
No, it was just some random guy. You guys shook up, and I think he actually did want to take your jersey home, but then I think it was a nicer piece of clothing you had on than him, so you had to kind of get that back.
Well, I was in my designer t-shirt phase where like I was pretending like I had money, even though I just don't. Thank God that phase is over. But yeah, usually 99% of the times, like when I see like a tall black dude, like for some reason I always want a jersey swap with him. I don't know. It's not like a racist thing. It's like something happens in my brain where I see them and I'm like, I want to dap that guy up and I want a tarp swap.
Yeah, I am a big tarp swap guy myself. And anytime you do have that chance to get one done, and especially at a bar like this, it's unbelievable. And this place also too, one thing I love about it is they have the hoops out back.
Oh yeah.
And you can work on your mid-range game mid-bar, which is huge. And you can take a girl out there and actually show her that I can make a couple of free throws in a row. And now she might go home with me in an Uber pool versus if I didn't have that, I don't know. Like you can get in some intense games of knockout out there. Like I've almost gotten like, nose to nose with a couple of guys playing one-on-one out there.
When you get a ball in my hand, when I'm drunk, that's the rest of the day. Everything else is canceled. I don't talk to girls at bars anyway, but I'm not standing in the circle anymore with my boys. I'm hooping out back, and we've been back there for like hours just shooting, like getting in the reps. We're doing layup lines out there, just drunk as hell.
Yeah, because every time you do get a ball, you have to check out with your ID. So I've actually had a credit card, an ID, and a passport for 3 balls, and I've had to track them down all over this place. I remember one time a guy was in the bathroom in the shitter, and he was just literally just mocking himself and like visualizing free throw shots. I was like, dude, I need that ball back. I'm leaving. He's like, well, let me get one more look. And he was just in the mirror, just kind of just working on, releasing his wrist.
It's a big deal though. Are those 10 feet tall out there? Those are regulation.
Yeah, those are regulation.
Those are regulation?
Yeah. Those are regulation.
Could you imagine, bro, that you're trying to like impress a chick and some dude just comes over and dunks
or like, packs you when you're playing one-on-one? He shoves that shit right back in your face. You're like, ah.
I'm sure it's got heated. Has it ever got heated back there? Has it? I could imagine like there's booze flowing and like, guys are competitive and guys are just trying to get in their work,
I mean, you're looking at a guy that's always trying to get in his work, especially on my mid-range game. Yeah, it is actually one of the better spots in town, not only just to come hang out. I mean, I've seen some iconic people here. We've seen Todd Shaw, Too Short, obviously coming here, blow the whistle. Afro Man was one of my favorites because not only was he higher than the cost of living when he walked in here, he was smoking and also just did 2 songs. He did Colt 45 back to back and then just got off stage, which was pretty cool.
I mean, that's better than Rick Ross that we stood for 2 hours to see Rick Ross on his birthday, my idol. I look up to Rick Ross. He's basically a father figure to me, and he didn't even come out, but you have to respect that. Like, it is what it is. But
yeah, Ricky Rose, he said, you know what? I'm just too drunk. I'm a little high, and that birthday cake that they gave me at Dreas nightclub was too good. I'm just fat and happy right now. I don't need that $200K they paid me to go on stage. You can fucking keep it.
Yeah, that's fucking rock star as hell. But speaking of being fat and happy, dude, what a weekend. The Waste Management Open. Folks, this is a hockey show.
This is a hockey
If
show.
you're in the chat right now, don't even fucking think about saying anything if it's not hockey related. This is an NHL hockey show, but it is a Waste Management Open weekend. It's the official weekend of resisting arrest. White dudes in golf attire. They love resisting arrest this weekend. It's one of the coolest things you can do anywhere from Thursday through Sunday night.
Yeah, the coolest thing too is it starts all week and it rolls right into the practice rounds. You have the celebrity shootout today, and then obviously the practice round tomorrow before it gets going, it gets going tomorrow. But then it goes into Super Bowl. And these people
nuts.
Last year, it was literally like a mixture of Galveston, Texas, Panama City Beach, and Daytona thrown into a blender into the Fruit Ninja. And everyone was getting arrested last year. Everybody was pissing themselves. The weather was shitty. The Thunderbirds couldn't even control it. The people that run the wasted management. I mean, it was a goddamn shit show. I went there one day last year, Rob, and I was like, oh my God. I saw a guy doing a mudslide down the 17th hole. I said, that's all I need to see. There's a guy with a beer dispensing helmet. His beers were actually full of piss. He was drinking his own piss.
Yeah, and it's like the thing is, that's the crazy thing about this weekend. It's completely normal to be at the bar at 10 in the morning.
Right.
And it's just like a hobby. It's just like some people go play pickleball, some people go to the bar. It's just you can't fault somebody, especially this weekend, because right now, obviously, this establishment is technically closed.
Yep.
But in a few hours here, it'll be jam-packed, and that's just Waste Management. People come out for it. The weather's unbelievable. I'm not going to sit here and fucking talk about the weather on this hockey podcast, but
this is a hockey show.
But you brought up a good point. Leading into the Super Bowl is unbelievably dangerous. Some people don't like that. Some people do. I kind of like that it goes into the Super Bowl. It's more of an excuse to be fucking retarded.
Yeah, I mean, I was just even rolling by just right over here, all these hotels of guys that are not only 53 years old, but they're dressed like they're going to play a round of golf. It's like, why do you have your white belt on right now and a glove in your back pocket? Dude, you're literally just going to watch a practice round today. Yeah. Where are you going before this, too? Like, why are you in a Travis Matthews polo? You haven't even you didn't even bring your golf clubs here, dude. Why do you look like you're going to go play 18? Those are my favorite guys. I know we touched on it last show, but this is a hockey show.
Yep.
I'm just wondering, why do all these guys that go to this tournament dress like they just came off the 18th hole? It's like, dude, you haven't played golf in 3 months. You're from Des Moines, Iowa. You've been hitting the simulator. I get that. But you haven't even played a round of golf. Why do you look like you're about to go tee it up right now?
What is the actual dress code for Waste Management,
dude? Though? It's golf attire.
Because chicks can look hot. Like
chicks wear high heels.
Yeah, they wear, like, I saw this Asian lady. I was getting gas over by AJ's.
Yeah.
Like, so hot. I'm like, where the hell is she going? I remembered Waste Management. That's how the chicks dress up, and then the dudes dress up like they're actually on the tour. It's actually kind of a unique contrast.
It's a big hooker weekend too.
Is it?
Yeah, it's really big because you roll in with probably 4 to 8 of your best buddies. You all meet up. You all went to high school or college together.
You're all looking to cheat.
Yeah, they're 45 years old, whatever it is, and it's a pay-for-play weekend because then you do have a little side trim coming with you. And these girls, you can spot them from a mile, Rob. I was at the Blake Shelton concert the other night, and these girls had no business being at a Blake Shelton concert. We're talking about a cheetah print skirt, high heels, and I mean, they look like they literally just got dressed at the Sugar 44 Cabaret. Like it's kind of like they came from the pole, they went right to the concert. And the best part about those chicks too is I saw a pair of them walking in, and on the way out, I saw the same pair, and they were at the merchandise stand trying to grease these guys for like some really nice Aviator Nation clothing because they had a little pop-up stand there. And these girls were like, yeah, I'm really cold. Well, yeah, no shit, baby. You got a cheetah print skirt on and a tank top and a spaghetti strap tank top. It's wild.
I mean,
like, they're working for a reason.
If I was a chick, this is the weekend to find a sugar daddy, especially in Scottsdale. There's a lot of sugar daddies in Scottsdale. There's a lot, that whole dynamic is going on here, but this is probably like a top tier. Like if you're looking for a sugar daddy and you're like a hard 8, if you fly out to Scottsdale and, stay at the La Quinta, I wouldn't be surprised if you play your cards right, you'll end up the global ambassador within, 48 hours.
Yep.
There's guys out here. There's horny dudes out here looking to cheat, and they're looking to pay.
Yeah. I mean,
you didn't hear that from me.
Yeah. I mean, that's the old, you're getting called right up from the G League, right to the national.
For sure.
It's the Sonesta to the global ambassador.
Mm-hmm.
You go stay at the Sonesta, it's $48 a night. It does come with a kitchen. So you can make your Easy Mac, and you can also make a chicken pot pie that you get over at Safeway. But then who knows? You might be Michelin star by the end of the weekend if you play your cards right.
I just wish it was more like Miami a little bit, where it's like you walk down the street and it's just Russian. You get a little bit of. I know this is a hockey show, and we end up talking about pussy every single time. But actually, speaking of hockey and Russian people, last night I did that thing again where I'm like, yo, why can't Russian hockey players play internationally? Like they have nothing to do with the war. And I just said that because I was baked, and I go to bed thinking nothing of it. And I wake up today and all of Subaru Twitter is mad at me. All of the Seattle Kraken fans are mad at me. And there's like, dude, you have no idea this fucking how they propagandize and weaponize. And I'm like, dude, I was literally just high. Like, I'm just wondering, why can't the players play? And Ovechkin's about to be the greatest goal scorer of all time. And this dude can't play in the Four Nations. I just think it's crazy. I don't know anything about what's going on because Ukrainian Twitter is also mad at me. And I'm Ukrainian. Like, you jackasses, I am Ukrainian. I'm just asking a question. Why can't Ovechkin play? People say he endorsed. I spit everywhere.
It's all good.
He endorsed Putin or whatever. I was like, dude,
well,
even if
what is he supposed to do? He'll get shot.
Yeah, he kind of has to.
If Putin's playing in a celebrity charity game and he wants Ovechkin on his one-timer side, he's getting Ovechkin in that spot.
Yeah, things work differently over there. You think Putin's putting up 6 goals regularly? They let the guy try because they don't want to die.
Do you think Ovechkin willingly wants to put his family at risk in Russia if he doesn't sponsor or endorse this guy? It's like, I don't know why people from San Francisco are allowed just to cancel Russia. It doesn't make any sense. Like, from the athletic standpoint, why can't these guys play because they don't agree with their leader? That's just their leader. That's where they're born. They don't have an option.
No, they don't.
Again, this is a hockey show.
This is a hockey show, but that's why I'm bringing it up, is that and people are like, you don't, dude, sit this one out. Dude, I will sit this one out, but I'm just like pretty sure that banning Russia, who we want to see play at the Four Nations, you're going to the Four Nations. Yeah, there's nothing cooler than seeing a bunch of Russian guys play selfish hockey. And we can't see that because they think it's helping. Like, is the war getting a little weaker because Ovechkin's not playing? I don't know.
Is it even a war?
Is it helping? I don't even know what's going on.
Is it even a war, or is this a make-believe war? I don't even know, but I'm with you.
Not a political show either. But
not political, not a hockey show, a hockey show. I'm just wondering, are we ever going to see Russia again? Like, is this just... And remember how dumb it was when Russian athletes could go to the Olympics, but you couldn't be under Russia? It was like the athletes of Russia or whatever it was. Just so many stupid things.
Like, is that helping? Like, I just don't think that's helping. I don't know.
What does it do? Like, what are these guys supposed to do? Just give up their passport and go play in a different country?
I guess. I don't know. I mean, this is why at an NHL hockey show, you have 2 guys right now in a bar hosting. We're the biggest names in hockey podcasting.
I would say.
I don't want to. I'm usually a humble guy, but we are the 2. It's far and away the biggest names in hockey podcasting. So it is what it is. And that's why we have to have hard conversations. We have to have hard conversations like the Buffalo Sabres had to have. The other night, Alex Tuck was like, we got the guys behind closed doors, and we had a really hard conversation about how no one stuck up for Tage Thompson, who got his head blown off.
How funny is it, too, where they have that closed door hard meeting? Lindy, I like it a little bit rough, comes in and is like, hey, guys, we got to be better. Next time our best player gets hit like that, you got to fucking do something. You got to answer the bell. So what does Dennis Gilbert do right off the opening draw? He goes and fights a guy on a totally different team. That's like when a guy comes up to your girl and elbows her directly in the head at the bar, or does something where you should have stuck up for her, maybe inappropriately touches her, and she's mad at you. And so in the following time it happens, a guy just looks at her the wrong way and you just cold clock him. Like, what good does that do?
Yeah, I don't know.
The guy on Columbus, what are you going to do? Did that guy do anything to Tage Thompson? It was just like so stupid. It was so predictable.
You fought the wrong team. You didn't even fight the wrong guy. You fought the wrong team. And also, I don't really like in hockey where it's like, we had to have a really hard conversation. You know what's a hard conversation? My mom telling me she's calling the cops on my dad. That's a hard conversation. Don't tell me it's a hard conversation to just call your team pussies for not sticking up for your guy. That's not that hard of a conversation. It's like,
we suck anyways.
They haven't made the playoffs in 20 years. Yeah. And that's another thing that's pissing me off this week. One of those weeks where I'm just thinking about the people of Buffalo and how neglected they've been for almost 40 years. No playoffs.
No playoffs.
No nothing.
And you make a really good point. Like, that is not a hard conversation. A hard conversation is when your kid tells you he's gay. Like, that is a hard conversation. A conversation like this where Lindy Ruff comes in and tells his team, you got to be better. Like, what good does that do? You should know that. Samuelson's 6'4". He's on the ice. There are big bodies on that ice. Stefan Nason is fine. He's not like an overly tough guy. He can hold his own. He's fought in the league. He's grinded through the American League up and down. Sure, I get that. But just go grab him. Even just throw a couple muffins and fall to the ice.
Yeah. A hard conversation is coming to the Waste Management Open as a 41-year-old and getting arrested for exposing your penis on hole 14 and having to go back to Michigan and tell your wife about that.
Yes.
That's a hard conversation. And that will happen to somebody this weekend.
They're reading that in the Detroit Gazette, and all of a sudden your kid in 6th grade gets wind of that via TikTok, that your dad had his wrench out publicly outside of a Twin Peaks at 3 p.m. on a Thursday. Now, that's a hard conversation to have. What does your wife think? What is your kid saying? And what are all of his buddies at Little League practice saying the following day? Is that your dad? And is that his dick?
Why is your dad's penis on TikTok? What? That's a difficult conversation.
That's a really hard conversation. Think about going home and talking to your general manager, who is your wife, and that is what you have to come home to. You think you're ever getting the pass to come to Scottsdale, Arizona, let alone maybe risking my marriage?
Don't name names, but you know guys, and I think this is hilarious. You know dudes that have wives that have banned them from the city.
Yes.
Because guys come here and they don't have like any premeditated intention of like ruining the whole family and cheating and all that, but it accidentally happens. Like, you're telling me if
you forget you're married. I've said it before. Sometimes you forget you're married.
Sometimes at the Waste Management, at the Bird's Nest, if you're at the Bird's Nest, it is so easy to forget that you have an entire family back home in Trenton, New Jersey.
People come here and they literally think that they're in international waters.
They think they're in Entourage is what they think.
You're a 2-hour flight away from Omaha, Nebraska. You're not in international waters. You're not on the different side of the Eastern Hemisphere. You're literally in Scottsdale, Arizona. But they come down here and they see a palm tree and they see sun, and it immediately puts in one thing in their head: I want to cheat.
Yes.
And they literally forget that, you know what? My wife, Stacy, back home, she's not going to find out about this. There's no way.
Oh, she will, though.
And my God, the next thing you know, you're tongue darting a 24-year-old and
your nose is bleeding all over the Under Armour shirt you just bought at Dick's Sporting Goods at Fashion Square. You just went there. You got a whole new fit, and you're just doing the worst cocaine from Casa Grande, and you're bleeding out. I mean, that is what the Waste Management is all about.
I love guys from Cleveland, Ohio, or Columbus that come into town and they have Banana Republic head to toe, and they think they're going to chase some pussy.
Yeah.
That is cool.
That's a classic, like, you know, like Scottsdale is not ready for us.
Scottsdale.
No, it is. There's guys just like you that drive Cybertrucks here. Right. It's ready for you. There's a lot of police officers, actually.
And there's a ton of guys from the Midwest that come in here with a vest. That's a Patagonia vest.
Dude, don't shit on vests. You keep shitting on vests. I
don't know how you wear vests.
Why? It's sick.
No.
Everyone says how good I look. Everybody.
Who?
People don't stop talking about it. People don't stop talking. My mom loves my vest. I don't know. Okay, but can we differentiate Patagonia vests from a Lulu vest? Like, would you say it's a different? You don't have to. You can be honest with me. Like, that's why we're both we're buddies.
It's a different level of I mean, I think Patagonia would be a little bit gayer than Lulu. Yeah. But I'm just not a vest guy. Just like, what does the vest do?
I think it depends.
Unless you're LL Cool J and you're absolutely jacked wearing a vest, or it's a bulletproof vest. I don't know. I just doesn't do it for me.
Do you know any guys that are
like you wear a vest? I'm like, you're white.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends. I mean, chat. Do I pull off a vest? What the fuck? Is there any chicks in the chat, by the way?
Is there any
horny ones?
Is there any horny chicks? By the way, we have a birthday shout out to get to for a very special lady on request. I'm not going to name names.
Is this girl you're trying to bonk or?
I would. But she wants a birthday shout out, so we're going to have to do it off the air. Just reminded me.
Oh, wait. Not on the air right now?
Not on the air, no.
Okay.
We'll do it off the air just so it's a little more.
Wait, hold on. Wait, are we posting it though?
No, she just wants it sent to her.
Oh, just in general.
Wants it sent to her friend.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Happy birthday to this mystery woman.
Right.
What are you doing Saturday? I love when babes DM you, and this didn't happen to me, and there's like, are you going to be at the Waste Management Open? It's all dudes just asking me. Yeah. Like so many dudes.
Yo, dude, I'm coming into town. What are you doing this day? We're thinking about going to Old Town Fridays. There is Boondocks a place, or have you ever been to Montauk? What do you think? Is Hi-Fi? I'm here in Hi-Fi. Fella, just first of all, take a deep breath. Put down the bag of cocaine for a minute. And before you get on your Frontier Bird, just breathe, baby. And we'll maybe see out. We might not. It's a big town.
You see me say what's up,
Yep.
but I don't know. It's like when we did our show in Chicago. Like I publicly have stated multiple times, I'm trying to not sniff stuff, and the next thing you know, I'm in a bathroom with 7 dudes, and there's like ketamine out. And one kid in the corner has his phone out, and I look at him, I'm like, dude,
yeah,
like you gonna post this? Like, can you not? I'm already in here,
right?
Like we're all in the bathroom. Like,
why is this on your story?
Yeah, dude. Like, I literally looked at him. I didn't even say anything either. I was gonna say something, but then I didn't want to be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want to be like, oh, dude, they don't record me. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't have a job. But it's like, I was like, come on, dude.
Yeah, I mean, he's not gonna send it to your boss or anyone important, but at the same time, he's probably gonna have that video.
He's in the corner like this.
He's gonna have that video on his phone for probably a decade until he gets a new 5S.
Like one day I'm gonna have a family, and my son is gonna wake up. My 9-year-old son, who has a ponytail, is gonna wake up.
Yeah,
and in his DM is gonna be a video from 15 years ago of his dad doing ketamine in a bathroom in Chicago, and then that's putting me in a tough situation because now I have to talk to him about.
And now he has trauma for life because he saw his dad doing Calvin Klein bumps in a bathroom in Chicago 15 years ago,
which I don't do anymore, but I ended up in this situation because I was trying to be a nice guy. So I just want to make that clear. But yeah, anyway, happy birthday to this mystery chick out there. If any dudes in the chat, we can't see the chat right now. We're going to be able to see it. But if any dudes in the chat have a birthday, we'll do birthday shout outs, just like $2,000 of videos. We'll do it.
Yeah, $2,000-$3,000, whatever. I just want to say, before we get going again,
hockey, before we get back to hockey talk.
This is a hockey show. Go over to our YouTube, please like, subscribe, and comment on this video after we're done posting. We'll have a little bit of a theme like we've always done for a giveaway. HockeyNightScottsdale.shop is the official merchandise website of Hockey Night. Again, we're going to get that stuff all sorted out. We were in the lab yesterday, Bob, printing off all the labels.
Yep.
Actually, a sneaky amount of orders, man. So all the people that have ordered stuff out there, we appreciate you. Obviously, we have the chin hat in 3 different colors, the Hockey Night in Scottsdale patch hat, as well as the hoodie. So a couple more of those items left. If you're looking, sniffing around, HockeyNightScottsdale.shop is the official shop of the show.
It's the official sponsor because we have no sponsors and we're on the road. We're doing pop-up podcasts. Thank you. Shout out Corey, bro, for letting us do this. I mean, it's just fun to do it in a different environment too. It's kind of like you're with your, I don't want to keep talking about pussy on a hockey show, but it's like, it's fun to spice it up and pop up and do podcasts, whether it's on a balcony or it's in Vegas or it's in Scottsdale at a bar, and especially a bar we like. Yes. I wouldn't want to do this at a bar that I don't even like that much. So
no, it keeps it exciting. It keeps it fresh. It's,
it's
like doing a bunch of one-night stands.
Yeah, it's cool.
You know what I mean? It's just cool. Like you find out different ways. The environment's different. The feels are different.
Your pee stings.
Your pee definitely does sting. Yeah, I took a piss in there earlier at the bathroom. Mine was stinging again. I don't know if I'm.
One-night stands, dude. That's so funny. Next thing you know, she has like a boyfriend. The guy like finds out about you because she told him, and you're just like, why would you tell him that? And I didn't even know in the first place.
Now she's reversing it on you too.
That happened to me one time.
You made me do this? What do you mean I made you do it? You invited me over to your place.
I got a text message, dude. I really don't want to say this publicly in front of thousands of people.
This is a hockey show.
This is a hockey show, but I'm going to say it anyway. Like my first year in college, dude, it's not a big deal, but I had relations with this woman. And I get a text message from this random number, like a couple days later, like massive paragraph. I'm going to kick your ass. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Like the guy was basically flirting with me. And it turns out it was her boyfriend. I had no fucking idea. I have no idea. And the guy's like, dude, I know where you go. I know. And the guy knew where my apartment was and everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, why did you drag me into this? So anyway, the story is going nowhere. I could tell it again if you guys want, but it was
sounds like a guy from Chandler.
I don't remember where the guy was from, but I was just like honest with them. I'm like, dude, I didn't know. I had no idea. I was blackout drunk, and that's like a you guys thing. That like, I have nothing to do with this. Unless she's pregnant, I have nothing to do with this.
If you're wondering,
do you want to co-parent if she's pregnant, hypothetically?
Right. If you're wondering, Carl, she did suck it from the back.
I didn't say that, but that would be nails if I said that.
Yeah. We could do dinner next week at Chili's, us 3. My treat. You like the molten lava cake?
Imagine being in a thruple.
The queso is really good. Have you ever had the fajitas, the Southwestern egg rolls? We can do all of it, baby. It's on me.
I got to give Chili's a try, by the way, because you keep hyping it up. And
we should go to the one in North Scottsdale where you had a bad experience at a bad Chili's. That's the thing. Like,
Yeah, you're right. You're
you know what I
right.
mean?
You're right.
You don't do anything in Tempe, and if you do, wear protection. And you went to you went to Chili's in that part of town. That's on you. I can't help you.
Yeah, but I didn't know any better though. I was in college. Like they had a dog.
You were 27.
Like, someone's. That's besides the fact.
Like you were literally
that had nothing to do with this.
You got out of ASU like 3 years ago.
This has nothing to do with that. There's a puppy on the bar, and it was just like walking around, which is cool, but it's also against like 17 different. Listen, I'm not the fucking cops, but they just were letting animals on the bar. Like it was disgusting. So you are right. It was a bad Chili's. By the way,
might as well be Tijuana.
Tempe is. If people knew, okay, we're strictly a hockey show.
This is a hockey show.
If people knew that they left the vote for the team up to the residents of Tempe, everybody would just be like, why the fuck would you do that? Everyone is halfway out the door, and they're almost dead.
Imagine leaving your arena vote up to the one-eyed bandit. Like that is what it came down to. Dude, it came down to Steve the Pirate.
Yes.
And he ultimately said no. Imagine leaving up an NHL franchise vote for an arena up to the voters and citizens of Tempe.
Tempe, bro. Where literally everybody has osteoporosis. Like that city is not going to see a hockey team and be like, oh, yeah, like this is going to be great for the community. It's going to, do all this, blah, blah, blah. They're going to bring apartments here. All those people are probably already dead. And they all have
Parkinson's.
Oh, they're all dead. So leaving the vote up was just a crazy thing. Like people on the internet who they don't really understand the situation and the area we're in.
Right.
There's like, yeah, but they voted no. But dude, if you knew who was voting, you would understand. But anyway, this is a hockey show, folks.
This is a hockey show. Hey, I wanted to ask you, why is the U.S. and Canada beefing? And this is a hockey show, but I'm hearing, and I haven't seen it, but the U.S. national anthem is being booed in Canada. Why?
I saw that.
Why is that? What's going on? Like these tariffs or?
I don't even know.
I don't even know. Like this is a hockey show, and we usually only talk about hockey, so it's got to be some sort of political.
I didn't even know that Canadians were capable of like being upset.
I didn't know.
So goddamn nice, man.
Do they boo and then say sorry afterwards?
They might. I don't know. I don't know what they're upset about. What is it? Because of the Trump daddy?
I think it started with Trump probably saying he was going to just seize Canada as the 51st state.
Yeah, he just fucking talked. But you know how Trump
but
is,
now that I think there's been some like tariffs or taxes implemented where I don't know if like the booze is shut off from the U.S. to Canada. There's some different things going on. Again, I was smoking peyote last night and just kind of cruising on the internet, just reading stuff. But one of those nights where you're high and you just forget what you read the next morning.
But those two kids in Canada that we ran into, they were like, they're more in touch with politics, I think, because there's less going on up there. It's just like half the country is a glacier, which is not a slight at them. I absolutely love Canada. I love Canadian people. I love Canadian women.
Yep.
But they were saying like, yeah, dude, if Trump made Canada the 51st state, like we're on board with that. And I was like, nice. I was like, cool. Like I don't know anything about that, but that's cool. But they liked it. So I don't know why they're booing. I mean, I guess the only thing you can do is boo at a hockey game if you're going to take a stand in Canada. What else are you going to do? How else are you going to protest?
Yeah, and it was just basically people in Montreal, I think, is where it kind of
they're
starts.
All cunts.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say, like my one coach told me one time, it's the 1 out of 10 rule with French people. 1 out of 10 are good guys.
Yes, I completely agree with that.
It is. That's like a tale as old as time. That is like a true law of averages. Is 1 out of 10 French Canadian guys are good guys. The rest are just selfish assholes.
I don't want to generalize, but I think French people suck. Like I think
French trim is good, but
I've never met a French lady. I'm sure that they're great.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they're great. But French guys, I got spit on in a McDonald's in Quebec. Did I ever tell you about that?
No.
Technically,
did you deserve it?
No.
What were you doing?
I've only been in two people. A disclaimer, hockey show, but I don't disturb shit when I drink. There's 2 incidents. One at this wedding that I don't think I've ever talked about publicly. The wedding I kicked out of.
Yeah.
I've only talked about it 7,000 times.
You did have a PR statement regarding it, but I don't think you went into full detail.
But I was minding my own business, and I think this kid thought I accidentally cut him or whatever, and he didn't spit on me, but he spit at the floor, like by my shoes. And I'm like, that's such a French dude move.
Yeah.
Like he looked at me, yelled at something in Spanish at me, and then spit on the floor in front of me. And I was like, what the fuck was that, dude?
Yeah.
And then we went outside, and another group of French kids tried to steal our taxi. This is back when like taxis were a thing.
Yeah, what is it with French people and like spitting and kissing? I mean, you go back to John Gerard and Talladega Nights with Ricky Bobby. He kissed him.
What about that kid that got drafted, the Lamoureux kid, and his parents started hooking up in the stands?
I saw those two in the stands at a Utah Hockey Club game probably 2 months ago.
Utah, I forgot.
Oh my God, yeah.
What are they making at? Like, where was someone getting butt blasted? Like,
no, they weren't. But yeah, someone's breath smelled. Let's put it that way.
Oh yeah, so there was things going on.
Yeah, there's things going on. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's just French people. I guess I don't know if we have any. Do we have any Quebec people in the house listening to this shit? I don't remember.
Yeah, shout out to Quebec. I mean, we want to get to Montreal theoretically. There's good people there.
Yeah,
too.
no, Montreal's great. French people are awesome.
Yeah, they're really good. Yeah, if you guys want us to have us for a show anytime, we'll be up there. Go to Fly Gin, one of those spots, whatever.
50,000, and we want to stay at the Four Seasons.
Yep, 6 nights.
We got to start. We're not behaving like that, but at this point, it's like, did you see that email the other day we got?
Yeah.
That kid, he was like, you guys want to like promote some bullshit. And I knew right away I didn't want to do it. And I'm just like, yeah, dude, we'll do it for like an egregious amount of money.
700,000.
Yeah.
It's like you're gonna tweet one thing for 700,000. I'm like, you'll be lucky to get a tweet.
Yeah, dude, that is business.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to survive out here. Like, there's no other way. I mean, we're podcasters. Like,
we're gonna be living in our cars pretty soon.
Chicks get so wet when you're like, I do a podcast.
Let me look you up. How many followers you have?
2,000 subscribers.
We have
no
1,300 followers. Really? You only follow 2? Who do you follow? Oh, you follow the guys that do it. Oh, you're that guy. Yeah, I am. What are you doing later tonight?
You have a cool background though. Like you can be like, I played in the NHL. Like I don't have shit,
right,
dude. I'm just like, yeah, I just played.
It's pretty cool when guys just pull up their own Wikipedia page.
Yeah. I don't want you to say a name. I want to know like who's the cockiest guy you know that like pulls out his NHL card and shit. Like,
yeah, I'm not. I mean, again, this is.
I don't want you to sewer anybody,
this is the hockey
sometimes
show.
You do sewer people, so I take a risk with asking you.
The best line, and I've told it a ton of times, but we do have new viewers on here. Is a guy that played with my brother Nick in Chicago, and he was on one of his last years.
Wait, Nick Schmaltz, your brother?
Nick Schmaltz is my brother. This is a hockey show, Utah Hockey Club. How you doing? So he played with this guy that was like 38 years old at the end of his career.
Okay.
And he was a guy that was a lower lineup player, always was in his career. But he would be the guy that would be still wearing his suit at the bar afterwards. You know how all the guys, me included, you do the same thing. You go home, you change quick, and then you go to the bar.
For sure.
But you always had those guys on the team that wanted to look like they just came from a game. So they had their 3-piece suit on, their half wins or not. So this guy would always be rolling with the younger guys at the time. My brother, guys like Vinny Hinostroza, Ryan Hartman. That's not going to sue him at all. Those are the guys that would go out.
Yeah,
so this guy always had a classic line of, he'd be talking to these girls. He'd be like, hey, my name's so-and-so. Nice to meet you. Can I buy you a drink? Or a condo. Whoa. Let's start with a drink. So, like, that's just the cockiest line ever. Going up to a girl, you have no idea who she is at the bar, a group of girls, singling one out and asking her if you can buy her a drink or a condo. Let's start with the drink.
Did it work?
Yeah, of course.
How?
Because you buy her the drink and then you theoretically go on Zillow and start looking at one bedrooms.
That's so crazy, dude.
And she works at Rocket Mortgage and she's looking league minimum. That's the best part. This guy didn't make that much money, but he's living like he's a trillionaire.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I get what you're saying.
A condo in Chicago is $1 million. That's more than his salary that year.
Yeah, and you're also not going to buy it for some random chick.
No, it's just an outrageous line. Another great line I love to a guy I played with. This is probably the cockiest thing I've ever heard. Is he would always go up to chicks. He'd be like, "Hey, my name's this and that." And they'd be like, "Yeah, good to meet you." And you just look at him and be like, "You like millionaires?" And she'd be like, "What?"
That's ridiculous.
You like millionaires? And she's like, they'd be like, "Yeah, I think so." He's like, "I thought so," and just walk away.
If I was a chick,
it was a joke, but at the same time, it kind of wasn't.
If I was a babe, I don't think that would work on me.
Fuck no.
I'm trying to put myself in a chick's shoes. If a guy, I don't think that would work. I would just be like, "Okay, dude,
you're a douchebag."
Yeah,
But
like that's
his
that's too
delivery
douchey.
is everything. And he's a funny guy. So it would be funny because it would be like involve like a little wink at the end. It's still douchey. But
That's Cybertruck
the
energy.
delivery was funny.
Okay.
And it was more so for the show or the bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's hilarious for us to see guys do
Yes.
that. You know, like I've seen guys do that. I've seen guys actually pull out their actual player card. I actually have one of them
Yes.
from so many years ago, and then I had it, and I was going around lying and saying it was me. So it was just like a cool thing because that's what happens when I was with the Flyers in Vancouver. I don't want to sue or anybody. Yeah, I'm fucking sick. I was with the Flyers in Vancouver. It's not a big deal. But I was the only guy at the table not on the team. So I just started telling people I'm on the team. Like, it's just easier to explain.
I still have my player card in my pocket or my wallet. It's probably time to get rid of that thing.
No, I keep that forever.
Yeah, I got it. I got it in my pocket.
Do you have it right now?
Yeah.
Can I see it?
Yeah.
Damn, this light. Yo, shout out to the chat. Sorry, we're not as active to you guys. 100 people in the chat. 100,000 people in the chat. Can I see that? Wait, what time are we at? Oh, we're at 35. We're good. Damn, dude. This thing is old.
Player card from probably 18, 19, 17, 18. It's one of those. Like, I was like so proud when I got that. I was
You
like,
should be.
Oh my God.
This is nasty. This is
a little
cool.
worn out now. Like, I've had bouncers look at that and be like, dude, you haven't been in the league in 7 years. Like, this is old. Where did you find this thing?
Sponsored by Opera House?
Yeah.
What does it say on the back of it? So, folks, you can't find this fucking coverage anywhere else. I'm going to read you what the back of an NHL player card. It's really like damaged. Like I can barely make it out. But this is what the back of an NHL, and I don't even know if people know this. NHL players all have player cards.
Yes.
So it's like cool shit. Like you don't have to take your shoes off at the airport, shit like that. Like
get into a place like Hot Chick right at the door.
Right at the door. Get pussy. It says this badge is property of the same. Damn, dude, this is like you're a cop. This is like, this has power. Like I can feel it. Like this badge is property of the St. Louis Blues and Scott Trade Center. It is issued for identification purposes and must be carried at all times while on the property. So when you're at the rink going to practice, do you have to have this or you can't get in?
Yeah, and it's also just like you can show girls that too. It's like, wow.
Oh, for sure, dude.
This guy, or you're wherever you are, you're at a restaurant, you want to get in somewhere quicker. Not me now, but yeah.
This is funny.
In the league.
A replacement fee of $12.50 will be charged for lost or damaged badges. 12 bones. The badge must be surrendered upon termination of employment and prior issue.
So I should have gave that back?
Yeah, so technically, the badge must be surrendered. What are you, in the FBI? Upon termination. So if you get sent down to the minors, or no, if your contract gets terminated.
Yeah, or you're probably not on the team. You should probably not have that.
If you don't get re-signed, like this thing's worthless.
If you sign in Switzerland, you can't use that in Switzerland, even though I was using it in Switzerland.
Dude, 100%.
100%. Like you're going into Helsinki, Finland, and they just see that logo, like, yeah, he's good.
Wait, so if you have one game in the league, do you get one of those?
No, you have to make the team out of camp. They won't just give you
like
if you got called up, because I remember one of my first couple of years, I remember asking Richie Jankowski, who was a team service guy for the St. Louis Blues, like, Richie, you think you can give me a player card? Kid, you're not there yet. I go, really? I think I'm a first round pick. Can't you get me? When he's like, what do you got? 12 games? I'm like, 8.
You're begging for a player's card just to get pussy.
Because I just wanted for the summer. Because actually, like back in the day, like any concert, if you had that, you showed that, you get to the VIP section more often than not. I'm not gonna say it's gonna work every time, but fucking 99% of the time, that thing's working for you.
Dude, it's worked for me.
Yeah.
I actually made copies of it one time, and I had a piece of paper. I'm not gonna say the name of the guy I was with. But I had a paper copy of his NHL card and I had his real card at one point in time. And I was going around showing that shit.
Yeah.
Like I played 10 years in the National Hockey League, even though I was just like a 5'11" guy that's not in good shape. But it works.
Yeah.
It's a lot of power in that thing.
It is, yeah.
I don't want to say lucky because you earned it, but
at this point, it's like, dude, it's almost a decade old.
It is old. Like you guys should see this.
Probably
thing.
should turn it in. You probably just send that thing back. Maybe I should just get it like laminated and like put it somewhere because I haven't used it in years. I mean, I just would feel like a douchebag pulling that thing out with.
I've seen them work though. I've seen them work for guys, and I didn't know that clubs and restaurants or whatever are more likely to let you in if you're an athlete. I had an idea that might be the case, but I didn't know if if you're a bottom 6 guy and on the the PK if that would work, but that's pretty
Right.
cool. We should come up with player cards for our podcast.
We
actually.
should hockey and actually do a bit where we go bar to bar and different restaurants and show especially in Canada because they get it all the time with the player cards.
Yeah.
Here down here, maybe it would hold a little weight for these guys, especially with no NHL team anymore. It would be tougher. But
yeah,
if you're in Canada with those things, that's like the golden ticket. We should come up with Hockey Night in Scottsdale player cards,
sell them,
and sell them like McLovin style, but also just do bits where we try to walk into different places in Canada, and they're like, "What is this?" And I'm like, "We're the best podcast ever."
It's a player card. We're on
This is a
the
hockey
top
show.
hockey show, like the number one. I actually am getting to the point where I legitimately believe that we are the number one hockey podcast that talks about hockey on the market, and I'm getting so wrapped up in this lie that I'm starting to believe it.
Delusion's key.
We are the number one. No disrespect to Elliot. No disrespect to fucking whoever. I don't even know because we're so high at the top of the mountain in hockey podcasting that I don't even know who's below us. Like, I'm not.
I don't listen to anyone but us.
Every day. Every day I turn on our podcast and I listen to ourselves.
It's like the rappers that only listen to themselves. Who do you listen to? I listen to my own songs.
That's it.
That's all we do. This is a hockey show, by the way.
This is a hockey show. We're going to get that chat loaded up soon. So if you guys want to ask questions, comments, concerns, whatever the fuck, you guys know the drill. If you're new here, we pretty much try to get to everything unless you're asking us like our body count and shit. I'm just not going to, maybe one day. But right now, like sometimes my mom watches the show and I don't want her to log on and tap in. And I'm just here like, yeah, I mean, you get the point. So get that chat fired up.
I wanted just to kind of run this idea by you. And we've talked about it off the air a little bit. But today there was a guy in our North Dakota golf trip just texting about one of his weddings. I guess his wedding. But we have 5 of them in the group chat this year, Rob, including off that another golf trip in there. So 6 weekends out of 9 weekends, 6 out of 9 from late May to mid-July. We have 6 weekends committed to not only a golf trip, but 5 weddings. So one of the guys in the chat today was just firing off like, hey boys, like obviously my wedding's this date. Here's a couple of the hotel options. I'm not a guy that's going to send out written or typed up, just, whatever the invitations. So he gives us the options, this and that. And I just text back in the group. I say, you know what? Look, guys, it's nothing personal, but I'm probably not going to make any of your weddings. Because I think at that point, it's one tie, all tie. Like you shouldn't just pick and choose which weddings you go to. And especially if there's 5 of them and 3 of them are back-to-back-to-back weekends.
Bro, that's your whole summer.
That's my whole summer. And it's not personal. And I also told him, your second wedding is actually going to be better because it's probably going to be a destination. And something gets me going when guys don't quit on trying to find love. Like I know your first one's not going to work. And I think by the time you find your second one, not only are we going to be somewhere warm and on the beach, but there's something about a guy just to keep trying to find that love, man.
Yeah, it really
resonates with me.
It's really heartwarming. And especially it's heartwarming when all your friends decide that they're going to have destination weddings and they decide that now you have to spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars and waste your whole summer watching those two get married when, like, first of all, your chick's not even that cool. This isn't going to work.
She's a 5.
She's a 5 and she's not cool, which is the worst. Yep. I mean, I know guys like that. I definitely shouldn't be saying this publicly, that are getting married to people that it's just not going to work.
No,
it's just really not going to work. And I'll see you at the next one, as you would say. Like, I'll see you at the next one. Bachelor parties, even just like they're honestly outdated. Like bachelor parties are gay. Like they're outdated.
You're
and
34, man.
And the marriage is just not going to work. Like, why are we in Daytona Beach drinking for 4 days, spending outrageous amounts of money because of a relationship that's going to be over in 18 months.
And why did you drag me out here to Corona Del Mar to play golf when I know this is probably like a 4-year deal. This is a bridge deal to get you through the next few years.
I can't believe you have that many weddings to go to.
I'm not going to go to them.
I know. That's what I respect about you, is that you mean it. Like, you're being dead serious right now. And people out there, he means it. Like, you're just straight up not going. And it's not even a disrespectful way, though, the way you put it. Because you tell them, like, guys, like, this is my whole summer.
Right.
This is my whole summer.
Like, do you think I'm going to miss a Morgan Wallen concert in Madison over your wedding? Respectfully, No, I'm going to Morgan Wallen. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like a wedding to me, they just get selfish.
It is. It's extremely selfish. Go
So-
get married. Just go to the courthouse and get it done. They
And-
can be. I think they can be fun. I'm biased because I always get kicked out of them because I'm white. But it's like they are just. I don't know, man. I feel like I just don't like them. I don't know.
Yeah,
I might even go to my own house.
I'm with you, and especially when
Would you coming to my wedding? You think?
Yeah,
Like,
I would.
You would?
Well,
Alright.
yeah, if it's in a good
I'll go.
spot.
I'll go to your.
Yeah,
I would
but
never-
also I would be the guy that I'm only inviting like 30 people.
for sure. Yeah.
So yeah, you'd be there, but it's also gonna be a good crew. It's not you're not. There's gonna be no bullshit. And I'm also just gonna go to the courthouse and get shuttered. Then we're gonna have a party.
No bullshit wedding.
Yeah, no bullshit. It's just like we're gonna go somewhere nasty. It's gonna be 5 Diamond. Hopefully, it's not at a Holiday Inn Express.
No.
And we're gonna have a time. And
Yeah.
there's gonna be no fat there. It's all gonna be trimmed. It's all gonna be all timers.
Like no
And-
fat chicks or like you
Yeah,
know,
just the fat. Like your cousin that just gets a sympathy, or your mom's friend, or
it's gonna be a tight guest list.
yeah, just
Yeah.
no bullshit.
It's got to be. Weddings that have like 400 people in it like freak me out. Like,
Yeah.
come on now. What are we doing here? You guys are just doing this to get gifts.
And then
That's another weird
at
thing.
those, yeah, and then,
Hockey show, but
this is a hockey show. And lastly, what I'm going to say on this front is I don't need to go to your wedding to shake your hand for 3 seconds, and then I don't even talk to you. And not only did you put me at the auxiliary table being a single, which I'm still bitter about from last year's wedding season,
Someone did that
I got absolutely pigeon tossed. I was sitting with like some guy's equipment manager from the Hershey Bears, 2 redheaded cousins, a random like fan, and another guy. And I'm like looking at the table that I should be at with 2 of my ex roommates from college, my brother,
why did they do
and
that?
some other single Joe Schmo gets the nod over me. I'm like, that's when I was just like, fuck this.
Why did they do that? To
I have
you?
no idea.
That's bullshit. That is
yeah.
bullshit.
Oh yeah, I completely abandoned my table.
I would too. I got put at a really I've only been. How many weddings have you been to?
I try to avoid all of them at all costs. I've probably been to 5. I've hated them all.
Okay.
I've left early for probably 3 of them. I
I've
just
been
felt
to
like I'm
2.
out.
I've been to. Oh no, I take that back. I've been to 1. It was one of my mom's weddings, and then my second one, I didn't even make it. I went to rehearsal dinner, then that whole story about getting
Right.
kicked out before it started. But I got put at a cool table, and I know I've said this on the show before, but I got put at a table that went to school with Brett Favre,
Yeah.
and that guy was just tipping the bottle back. So we
Brett
just got
Dick Pick Favre.
shit house. Yeah,
Loved a good wrench pick.
yeah. The guy had an iPhone 17 with the 3 cameras on it, just taking pics of his wrench before iPhones were even out.
Something to be said too about taking a dick pic with a Nokia.
Tweet that.
That's just, it hits different. It's like
Yeah,
you're
it
looking at a
does.
Tetris board.
Like, no wonder that sideline reporter was just horrified. Like, it's just not only was it Brett didn't ask or get permission, it was from a Nokia flip phone. Like, it probably looked like a crime scene. It probably looked like a dead body.
Like that Nokia flip phone was made outside of Oulu, Finland, where their factory is, and right to Brett Favre's house. And he got high as hell on Vicodin.
loves Vicodin.
Sat on his shitter, tugged his own wrench, and got it to the point where he ended up sending it to a sidelines reporter. I mean, talk about being high.
I mean, I don't know if you get higher than that, dude.
No.
And you're already basically high. Being born in Mississippi is like you're already battling the elements. No
How-
disrespect to the good people. In
How
Mississippi,
good do you
though.
feel though when you're sending that dick pic? Like your confidence is at an all-time high.
on Vicodin?
Yeah, because
I've never done that.
you have your
on
I
Vicodin.
mean, well, especially with Brett too, because he was tugging with a copper fit on, so his elbow feels good.
This wrench pick is brought to you by Vicodin, Copperfit.
Copper fit, the best tug a man can get.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is a hockey show, so welcome in everybody.
Yeah, welcome in. Thank you
glad-
for tuning in.
Yeah, it's really amazing to be here. We got any chicks in the chat? I don't know. We got a guy named Kyle in the chat. That's almost the same thing. Oh shit! Damn, this looks good. This looks good in here. Got 100 people in here.
Love it.
We're gonna. Damn, I look like such a pussy, dude. I actually might start having to work out.
Well, you lost all that weight
I know.
being sick.
I know. It was so nice, dude. I'm in the process of putting it back on. I've just been
Yeah.
eating like absolute shit.
7-layer dip,
Just
taquitos,
fucking
just,
eating. I have a really
just
bad
farting in your bed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what farting in my bed has to do with it, but you didn't have to bring that up in front of all these people watching. But everyone farts in their bed, though.
Yeah. Everybody's gay once in a while. It's Hollywood.
Everyone is gay in Hollywood, which is crazy because this is a hockey show. We'll get to a question in a second, but what?
This comment.
That is true. Somebody said, should we read it?
Yeah.
This one, right?
Yeah.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
Swish is one UV ray away from being able to rock a Kangol. That's why I can't wait for our do-rag episode.
Our do-rag episode's going to be hard as hell. I just picture like Kip from Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
When he finds LaFonda.
Yeah.
Like that's us. White beater and do-rag.
You know LaFonda was throwing that shit back. Too.
Ooh, she was hitting from the side.
She was sucking it from the back.
Ooh, goddamn. You used to be able to throw a pigskin a quarter mile.
I think I'm gonna get in a little bit of the internet comments aren't gonna like me in a do-rag. I think you can get away with it. We've talked about it before, but I think like people are gonna have a problem with me doing it for some reason.
What's up?
Wearing a do-rag, yeah.
I mean, fuck them.
Fuck it, you know.
You're just playing a role, man.
I mean, it's just the comment section. What are you gonna do? It's like waking up today and there's like, let's see. I'm gonna read. We're gonna get to the question in a second. I'm gonna read the first comment I see. Okay, it's just people arguing about Russian ad. Oh, someone called me tone deaf. There's nothing like waking up at like 6:14 in the morning and you're addicted to your phone, so you pick it up and you have like one eye open, you're fucking scrolling, and you just see some random guy just ripping into you about Russian politics. It's kind of awesome.
Your message last night before you read that at 2:35 in the morning, you texted me, just did my rendition on how bad owners are assholes in own stoned. What's that word? What is that word?
In own stoned. Oh my God. How cooked was I? How it's supposed to say how bad owners.
I don't even know what you were trying to say.
I was on my Instagram story. I deleted it though, making fun of bar owners a specific bar owner that we weren't getting along with because they're asshole. Okay. So I was calling them out, but that text is crazy.
And then at 7:10 in the morning, you go, Ricky, I was high when I said that. I'm looking at that. I was going to work. I was dying laughing.
Can I see that again?
I don't even know what you were trying to say. I thought I was cooked when I was reading it. I'm not as drunk as you think that I thought that I was high.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
That's showbiz.
But yeah, that is showbiz. All right, folks, we're gonna get to the comments here in a minute. Going live for the Hawks Oilers game tonight, fellas. No, we will not be.
Can we get drunk in Cave Creek, by the way, one of these days?
Yes.
Dude. The Horny Toad, man. I was over there the other day. They could do a sneaky bar crawl there.
Yeah.
Obviously ended with a chip, but I might move there, by the way.
Dude, it's so nice up there. It's so peaceful up there.
Yeah, it's just
all right, please come to Montreal, boys. I love that energy, even though we spent 10 minutes on the show absolutely decimating French people, but I will go. I'm not opposed to it. Probably should have zoomed in on this more, huh? We're kind of zoomed out, but
yeah, that's all good.
We got the hot chick in the background here. Let's see. All right, we got guys. Get your question. Get the fucking chat fired up here.
Yeah, get this thing buzzing.
Give me something to work with, baby.
Yeah.
Is hating your ex's whore friend a bad look? Don't have a bad thing to say about the former missus, but that other chick pisses me off.
Well, Oliver, number one, that's water under the bridge at this point. So that hateful energy that you're keeping inside your body, let it go. Unless you want to bang her, you're trying to wheel her a little bit, rekindle. You'd like to maybe piss off your ex by whacking her friend. I think, Bob, the best chance to do something is just let it go.
I don't know why you're worried about that.
Yeah, it's just like it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't know why you're worried about that chick. All right, folks. Also, where are you guys checking in from here?
Yeah, where are we coming in from? The chin of Chippewa? I mean, we were sending out all the orders yesterday, Bob. It's literally Mass, upstate New York, and Chicago.
Oh, dude, I was gonna bring this up. What is going on with you and your ground beef? By the way, like you're talking about.
So
Swish, you got a 2 pound. As her chicks.
Chicks in the chat, chicks on the sidewalk.
Chicks are in the chat. Chicks are on the sidewalk.
Getting in pickup truck. Something about a chick just having to get up with a sundress into a big old truck. Makes me want to throw on How Country Feels by Randy Houser. Dude, my ground beef thing started when I was shit-faced after the night we went to Pretty Please.
Okay.
And I got home and I was so buckled, I couldn't even order Uber Eats. And all I had in my fridge was a pound of ground beef.
Okay.
So I just mucked the pound of ground beef in a bowl. And now I'm addicted to it. So I've been doing it like 2 or 3 times a week where I'll just make rice, sometimes not even rice, and I'll put ground beef and I just mix it up with some taco seasoning. And
2 pounds?
Last night was 2. I didn't eat the whole thing, but yeah.
Jesus,
so I've graduated from 1 to 2. So if I know he listens to the podcast and the show, if Joey Chestnut's listening today, I'm fucking coming for him in a ground beef challenge. And I'm aiming sometime between June and July of 2026. I do have to train my barrel a little bit more. If I can get up to 7 pounds of ground beef in under 10 minutes, I'd like to challenge Joey.
Okay. All right. I like that. I like that energy. Ground beef. Shout out to Ground Beef in the chat. This episode is brought to you by Ground Beef. Beef. Wow. Talking like Mike Tyson, like you were the other night.
Yep.
If you're Barry Trotz, all right, we got a hockey question for a hockey podcast. If you're Barry Trotz, are there any untouchables on the Preds? Would you take a look at maybe moving a player like Philip Foreskin?
Yeah, Philly Foreskin, first of all, does have foreskin, assuming he does. I've never seen his wrench, but he's a Swedish guy, and all those guys have the old sock on cock. I don't know. I mean, maybe move him if the price is right. I would say Yossi is probably the only untouchable. Your goalie, UC Saros, you're probably not going to get a ton for him right now, even though he is a solid netminder. But everything other than that on that roster is pretty much a depreciating asset at this point. So I don't know. If you're Barry Trotz, who definitely still has the hanger in his suits, good luck, fella. You're in one.
Do we actually care about the four nations? I just keep going back. Look, man, I want to see all the players play on the same team. It's going to be cool, seeing Hughes play with Eichel, whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're obviously two centers. They're not going to play together. But I think that's cool. Not letting more countries in is stupid, and I think it's kind of like a worthless tournament. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer here. I just think like 4 teams, round robin, sick, man. Like,
yeah, I mean, it does nothing other than it's just a money grab. Obviously, when you put on that sweater for your country,
Pete Shep checking in, but yeah,
it means a little bit, but at the same time, it means nothing because there's 4 nations in this tournament, and you're in Montreal and Boston, and who gives a shit? I'd rather be on the beach.
Speaking of the beach, we got St. Pete, Florida in the building. We got Montreal in the building. We got Chatham in the building.
The chin of Hotlanta.
Hotlanta in the building. Are you guys at work? What are you guys doing? It's Wednesday. It's fucking Wednesday.
Nashville, Tennessee, shout out.
We got Nashville in the building. We got Vancouver in the building. Stay tuned with some news on Vancouver that could possibly hit soon. We got Minnesota. We actually have Daytona Beach. That's fucking cool.
That's nails. The Hooters in Daytona Beach is one of the sneakiest establishments in the world.
We got Southern California in the building. We got merch shipped to Finland. Yeah, merch goes international for sure. The shipping cost is going to be like $400, though. It's not our fault. Don't blame us.
Yeah, we just sent some to Sri Lanka the other day. I believe a guy bought a chin hat. He spent $600 in shipping, so shout out to him.
We got some more foreign nation stuff we just touched on. Let's see. Reminder, there was no USA Olympic ban when we invaded Iraq and Afghanistan. We have Stephen Patterson, our official sovereign foreign relations correspondent, checking in. Yeah, George Bush bombed half the Middle East, but we still won a gold medal. So yeah, I don't know how it works out with Putin and his guys can't play, but this is strictly a hockey podcast. We're going to keep it hockey. How the fuck do I donate to this live? Buy the merch. It's right there on
the merch, yeah, or
on
just,
the fucking thing right there. You buy the merch.
We can send you our wire or ACH wire too, and 100K is all we need.
Swish, worse. This is a good question. Worse Mike to be coached by, Mike Yeo or Mike Babranch?
Ooh, I only got a dose of Babranch, and it was just at training camp before he basically just big dogged me and cut me. But so I can't speak on Babranch. I mean, I've heard he's obviously, by all accounts, an absolute douchebag. I just thought Mike Yeo was just like a fake hard guy. Like, he was just like a fake hardo, always in the locker room. He would just like suck up to the older guys and to the younger guys. And he just, those coaches are just like fake hard. Like,
yeah,
dude,
for
like,
sure.
You're such a pretender.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just shut up.
Yeah,
like, your little like scowl. You're not fooling me, man. And that freak out he had in Minnesota where he like banged the glass with his stick and the boards. Like, Mike, just shut up.
Mike, you look like an idiot.
Mike, you look like a little gopher.
I wish like hockey players, I wish you could say that to your coach. Like, if a guy's an asshole, I'm sure guys do. If the coach is an asshole, loses the locker room.
Yes.
Someone on the team just finally goes like, Mike, you are an asshole.
Mike, you're a pussy.
Mike, you're all and a pussy. No one on this team likes you.
I wish like the older guys with respect and the credentials of making a ton of dough would do that more.
Yeah,
but dude, you're a loser.
Yeah, that's like NBA shit. Like,
yes.
NBA guys, like we were just talking to Corey about, some NBA guys who were just like, yeah, man, I don't want to play here. I'm not going to play here. You only get to do this career once.
Yeah.
Speaking of NBA, Hot Chick has like, if you guys are into a bar that has like arcade games, they got skee ball, they got Dance Dance Revolution, which is fucking crazy.
Right. Like, say you're a little too snowed out at your table, go over to the Dance Dance Revolution side of things and absolutely toe tap.
That machine is unreal. Like, they have like the original.
You can blow off 1,000 calories in 3 minutes on that thing.
Easy. And that is a way that the ladies are going to start. They're going to start getting, they're going to get a little something. Well, they see you on tearing up Dance Dance Revolution, dude.
If a Latina chick sees you on Dance Dance Revolution, she's going to be like, I can take him to salsa night next week.
Yeah, it's a good look.
And it might even spread my butt cheeks for him.
Okay, and is Hot Chicken Zona? Yeah, bro, we are in Scottsdale, Arizona right now, live from the bar. Kind of get a good look behind us. Here's the bar. I got TV set up. It's a round bar, and then the basketball hoops are over there, and then there's like an outdoor patio right here. It's sick bar, dude.
Yeah, they got the disco biscuit ball up there too. So they got everything here at Hot Chick. It's like a groovy vibe that.
Yeah, they do have that 70s.
You know what I mean? That 70s vibe that all of a sudden it turns into a little bit of a nightclub like feel.
Yeah, it's good. All right, we'll take a couple more, but we're gonna wrap this motherfucking thing up, guys. Waste Management weekend. I just got an email that my car insurance is getting canceled. I don't know why that is.
That's good. So we're gonna be taking the public transport.
Center House down the street is always stocked with skunks.
Matt, yes, it is. That is an absolute. You know what Center House is, though? It's a little bit of lipstick on a pig, where you think you're walking into a 5-star establishment, and then you're reminded quickly that you're basically in the lobby of a Hyatt Regency.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like
fake nice.
It's just fake nice, and there are guys that are dressed like they're at the Kentucky Derby in January. It's like, dude, why do you have a hat with a feather on it, a fedora? You got that at Macy's.
I don't know if you are gonna want to say this, but Jay Swish fella, need your side of the Bennington story from a few years ago in the minors when he left mid-season and went to Vegas without telling anyone. Is that something that you could say without sewering him?
Yeah.
Skip it.
I can confirm it, but I'm not going to talk on it.
We have A, who is checking in with a little bit of women degrading on our women degrading segment of the show. Swish, what height classifies as a leaf eater? I took down this bitch who is 6'0". I'm 6'3", and she was still a fucking giraffe.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Well, first of all, congrats on the sex. And two, nice. I would say 6 feet is still that's a massive leaf eater. 5'10" and above is a leaf eater. I'm 6'3" myself, and the last time I hooked up with a leaf eater, she was 5'11". We ended up at a lifeguard tower in Hermosa Beach, back to a hotel, the stabbing cabin. And I remember in the morning just trying to wake her up and cuddle her a little bit, and I was actually the little spoon. Like, I really had to, it's a lot of weight, and it's not like she was fat or anything. It's just chicks that are that tall, Rob, that's a big body.
Little spoon's not that bad sometimes.
And I found myself being a little spoon, like cuddled up to her, which was kind of nice. I was cuddling like a little pillow, and she's cuddling me.
Nice.
But at the same time, the leaf eaters, yeah, they're big bodies, and you're not going to be able to do some of the different positions per se. I'll leave it at that.
All right. We have a podcast from McDonald's when it opens. I don't know. We might steer clear of McDonald's unless they throw us a bag. Any advice on getting higher dap ups? Struggling on getting the altitude on them currently. I don't know how I know what this kid means, but he means like when you're dapping a dude up, putting your hand way up top and then coming low for the dap.
So
love the show, fellas. Thanks, bro.
Platform shoes are always huge. And also calf raises in the gym. Because then you can get on the top of your toes, Rob, and you come in way off the top rope from the penthouse, and then you almost lunge into that dap up. So it's, again, like we talked about, it's cross the body, and it's that spring. So cable crosses in the gym and calf raises, and also work on your lunging ability. Okay. It will really help you with those high altitude.
That's good advice, dude. All right, guys. Is JT gonna kill Petey at Four Nations? I don't know. Are they that? Did their relationship go that south? Like, where do you think he's gonna try to? I feel like he's not.
Yeah, I feel
like you're really gonna do that.
I feel like if he sees him in a vulnerable spot. Just because he's psycho, he'll probably do it.
Yeah, I mean, he is from Ohio.
He's from Eastern Ohio.
Yeah, that's tough.
You don't see the sun for 8 months there, man.
Yeah, that's bad. I don't know what
you grew up on government cheese.
I probably like half the ratings for this tournament is going to be because of JT Miller and Pedersen.
Imagine Pedersen tries to kiss him.
Dude, what if JT Miller just absolutely bundies him? Like, wouldn't I feel like that would just be so mean?
Kick a guy when he's down like that?
Yeah, like you guys had your issues. You dealt with it all year. You're on different teams now. Like, just let it go.
Yeah, that would be some. I mean, unless it's that deep rooted, though.
Yeah, I really don't know.
You know what I mean? Like, if you do hate someone, you're gonna try to kill him.
Yeah, we need Tyler Ennis on Hockey Night in Scottsdale. I just talked to the legend himself this morning. Tyler Ennis, the last guy who scored a goal for Buffalo Sabres playoff hockey in 2011 as a rookie, had the overtime winner against the Flyers. That was the last goal scored for the Sabres in the playoffs. Pretty crazy.
They got shut out the night after?
Yeah, I think they lost 2 in a row. I think they went up 3-2 in the series, and they lost game 6 and 7.
Wow.
Not check me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
I might have to check the Elias Sports Bureau on that one.
But yeah, man, we'll definitely do something with him in the future in person. I don't know what this means. He said, has a girl ever been down because she thought your grandpa founded Gucci? Oh, no, that's never happened. All right, we're going to take one more. Fellas, checking in from work, wanted to know, how do we feel about steroids? I think it might be the move, but I'm worried about my wrench shrinking. Not a lot to work with already. We have Logan checking in and telling the entire chat he has a tiny penis.
Nothing like an angry inch.
Okay.
You give that girl that angry inch and you just ground and pound. Steroids, I would say, are always the answer.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you got to give a little to get a little, right? If you want to give up a little bit on your wrench side of things, but you do want bigger biceps, are you a guy that likes to show more or give more? That's what it comes down to. Do you want to show that you have those buys and tries, or do you want to give her a little more when she finally sheds your laundry? That, my friend, is the $1 million question.
Yeah, I think that's great advice. Should we go? We have that call to take, by the way.
Yeah, and I am going over the waste management today.
Are you fucking? Yeah. I don't. I'll ask you off there.
Yeah. Just for a little bit.
Yeah, Wednesday.
I'm gonna go there at like 12:30.
I keep thinking it's dude. The weather out here. Not the weather podcast. Have one. The weather's so good.
Stay
dude.
For 2.
It reminds me like why I'm here. I mean, I hate it in summer, but like right now, I walked outside today. I was like, God, son of a bitch, dude. God damn it, son of a bitch. Okay, we got I was gonna take one more, but everyone's just talking about
putting steroids in their wrench.
Penis. Shout out to Buffalo. Shout out to everybody that joined the chat, man. After we do this every single episode, Swish, I'll give you the opportunity to think of one real quick on the spot. After this stream concludes, go over to the YouTube video, drop a comment on the video. You got to be subscribed, and we give away a hat every single episode. Swish, what are they going to comment on the video this week? And do it right now. And also, this show is always going to be out on audio and Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your fucking podcasts. It's going to be out. I wish I had the camera. I want to show them the DJ booth, but whatever.
Yeah, I would say, not everyone's a football fan, but comment your favorite receiver or quarterback or just any position in football. Comment your favorite. My Randy Moss, obviously. So on this YouTube video, when you go see it, like, subscribe, and then comment your chance to win a chin hat or a patch hat. We'll send it to you. We're going to give away, I think we've given away 4 at this point, but your favorite football player. Mine, Randy Moss. You're looking at Randall Cunningham, Brett Dick Pick Favre, we had mentioned, Chad Ocho Cinco Johnson, Shannon Sharp. I mean, the list goes on. Adam Pac-Man Jones, who famously brought a gun to a strip club. Plexico Burris, who also shot himself in a nightclub in New York City and spent 2 years in jail for it. So there's a lot of different players out there, a lot of different characters of the National Football League. Go comment your favorite player, Rob. TJ Husmanzada. Remember TJ Husmanzada?
Not in the chat. On the video after.
On the video. Ray Rice, who famously let his wife have this right. So
what happened with him?
Ray Rice? I don't know. Atlantic City? Ever heard of it? But yeah, comment your favorite NFL player to ever do it. OJ Simpson is Rob's on the YouTube video. Once we drop it, chin hats are out.
Standing up's kind of nice.
Hoodies are out. Everything's out. It is Wednesday. It is Hot Check. Thank you, Corey from the Dirty, the owner of the Hot Chick over here in Old Town Scottsdale. If you're in Old Town this weekend, come over to the Hot Chick. Tell them the Hockey Night in Scottsdale boys sent you, and I'm probably sure you'll get a free pack of cigarettes.
You get a free gummer in the bathroom.
Yeah, you'll get a free thing of mouthwash from the bathroom attendant.
We should have stood up during this. I feel like fucking.
Yeah.
I feel like we're doing a show right now.
Yeah. So.
God damn. All right, guys. Everyone be safe. Love you.
Love you.
We out.